what is going on, guys? This is Induced Rhino here, back for another commentary in Forza Motorsport 6. So yes, here it is, the new Forza Motorsport 6 Logitech car pack. So sorry this video is a bit late, I had a lot of homework to do and I couldn't do it till like 2 days after the car pack came out. But here, finally it's out, so this is just going to be a review of the car pack, taking a look at Forza Vista, just like we did in the Fast and Furious car pack review. Take a look at Forza Vista, and then we take it out on the track, and also pretty much like this new Forza Motorsport 6 review series I'm doing. And so, we're not going to take a look at all the cars on this. This is the first part, like we did in the Fast and Furious car pack. We'll split into two parts, because this car pack is 8 cars. Yes, we're going to do 4 in this episode, 4 in the next episode, but at least it's 2 cars less than the Fast and Furious car pack. Yes, it says there's 7 cars available, but it just that doesn't include the free car in the pack, which I believe is either the Infiniti Q60 or the Volvo, the old Volvo. So let's hop into it. My cars, and the first car in the pack is definitely the most weirdest, most unique, and the best car in the pack. You may think I'm crazy, this is the best car in the pack, but I'm actually serious, dead serious, because last year, the unique car Turn 10 gave us was their first ever bus, which was the VW, which was the combi van. Now they've given us their first ever limo, which is this one, the 2013 Cadillac XTS Limousine. So what's going to be next for their unique car? A bus? I don't know. So anyway, we got a speed of 5.5, so it's not bad for a limo, I gotta say. A big, long, heavy limo, so that's not bad. You got a handling of 3.5, so I guess that's decent enough for a big, heavy limo like this. That's front-wheel drive. We got a acceleration of 5.8, so again, not bad. Launch, a little bit more than speed, but still. And we got a braking of 3.5, so the braking is always usually the same as the handling. So again, the braking's not bad. But I guess those are all pretty normal and actually pretty good for a car like this. And it's just so weird for them to add a car like this. So weird. But at the same time, really cool, because I actually cannot wait to drive this thing. Because usually when they add a weird car like this, a very weird and unique car like this, I always want to drive, because it's maybe very weird and very different for you guys for them to add a car like this, but I think it's kind of cool because they're doing something different. And yeah, just like how they had the combi van last year, like you never think they'd, well, I was never imagined they add that, because it's a bus, and people would think, some people think that it's weird for them to add a bus, but even more weirder to add a limo because it's even longer. But I actually like it because I really want to give this thing a build. So let's hop into it. So when you look, because yeah, this is the thing. When I actually saw the trailer to this car pack, I didn't think this was a limo. I just thought this was a normal Cadillac. Like, obviously I knew it was a Cadillac because of the logo, but I did not know it was a limo until I saw the side. Because the side is obviously what tells you this is a limo. The front and back just tells you that's a normal car, normal Cadillac. Just probably thought this was a normal Cadillac XTS. I was like, and when I saw it, I was like, so it's just a Cadillac? But no, it was a limo. Yeah, it looks like a normal car at the back, except for that long brake light over there. Not sure if that's on the normal XTS, and that Royal A badge at the back. That's not on the regular XTS sedan. And yes, you can hop into the back part where you're going. So, sorry, like in every limo, this looks so gorgeous, so luxurious. Get the electric shelves, glass bottles, TV screens, everything in here. Well, nearly everything. You even get internet in this, and yes, you can swap sides, which is pretty cool. You go any sides, and yes, the wine cups there, glass cups, lots of things in here. Weird enough, it's weird to have the glass cups inside a car in Forza when this is a car game, not drinking club game like GTA. But definitely not as weird as Forza. But having that, but glass cups is definitely not as weird as Forza adding this car. So let's hop into the front cabin. So the interior looks nice, I guess. Looks nice, I like it. So just like a Cadillac interior, get a lot of aluminium. Like the gear stick there. Steering wheel looks nice. Just the interior sort of reminds me of the Cadillac Escalade, like the air conditioning vents, the entertainment screen in the middle, and the dials. Yeah, this small gear stick there, small simple gear stick. The buttons down, the futuristic looking buttons below the entertainment screen, the center console. I like this interior just as much as I like the back interior. So let's start up. So it's a nice luxurious engine sound and very quiet, good for the passengers. Don't want a really loud engine to sort of distract your comfort. Distract your comfort zone. You don't need a loud engine at all, but still sounds really good. Hopefully it sounds louder on the regular XTS. So now we're going to take this thing for a test drive. So we're going to select the track. We're going to select Rio. Yep. So track that's not too big, so not the full track and not the smallest track. Because like in the Fast and Furious pack, we did like one of the smallest tracks, but because we're doing less cars in this, well, one less car in each part, we can select a slightly bigger track. Okay. So what's it like looking around? So, of course, it's very long. So it'll be sort of like harder. It would have been sort of hard to get the camera view right when looking around it. Because it's stretched. This is a stretch limo, obviously. No. Do you think? Or do you think it is a truck? No, I'm not funny. So yeah, not the best acceleration, not the best off the line. Well, that's completely normal. You don't need to be too fast off the line or else passengers are going to get a big shock. Probably spill their wine and glasses everywhere. No, driving like this would probably... Racing like this would definitely do that crap. So this is not a race car, this is the total... So this is basically the total opposite of a race car. Just like our sleeper car is the total opposite of a race car. This is a people carrier, a luxury people carrier. Luxury stretch people carrier, that's what this is. Yeah, driving like this would definitely spill the wine, shock the drivers, and fill the entire back with glass. And this actually drives really well. I'm really surprised. I was expecting quite a bit of understeer due to its weight and front wheel drive, but no, it's actually just fine. So not only does it look really good, look really nice and luxurious, including its stretchiness inside and out, but it also really drives well. So what am I going to give this car? Definitely 9 or 10 out of 10. And I'll talk to you about that later. Alright, so the next car in the pack is this race car, the 2013 Kappa Rho T1. So yes, I've actually never heard of Kappa Rho, but now I know that all I know so far is that it's French. So the Kappa Rho T1, so this is a really good race car. It's really good looking, but honestly, it's not really the best looking prototype race car I've ever seen. Like I've seen an Audi or Peugeot Le Mans car, and that looks even better than this because it's got a roof. But I guess I like the look of this. I like the color of it. I like the windscreen. I really like the windscreen, how it's dark and the way it looks. So let's look at the stats. Speed of 7.5, so that's a really good speed and really normal speed for a prototype race car. Got a handling 9.5, so usually in prototype race cars like this, the handling is quite a bit over the speed because it has insane grip and really good handling. So yeah, it's normal too. Got acceleration of 8.1, so that's pretty good too. It's really good acceleration. Both really good acceleration and really good speed. And we got a braking of 7.9, so everything, all the stats on prototype race cars like this are really good, which is really normal, but I've actually seen faster prototype race car than that, like the Le Mans car. So we got 575 horsepower, so that is a lot of horsepower. But it's just not as much as I expected when I saw this. I expected like 700 horsepower, about the same amount as the Audi R18 plus Le Mans car, but it's good enough. 310 pound-foot of torque, that is a lot less torque. That's over 250 less torque than power. That is a big difference with the torque than the power. Huge difference. And this is really light. 1,880 pounds. So that's really light, obviously, because it's carbon fiber. Okay? So let's go into Forza Vista. So yeah, I like the look of this car. I like the way the headlights look. They're really big and then really bright. I like those headlights. They kind of make it look cute how they sort of, because it's connected to the part that goes over the tyre. It's connected to the body part that goes over the tyre. But I've seen a better looking race car, I gotta say. But the windscreen I like because it's sort of like got a little area where you can see through it. And yeah, I love the back. So let's open the engine. So really, really cool looking engine. I really like this engine base, where it's at, and I like how you get those two exhaust pipes. They're kind of like two sea snakes or eels or slugs peeking out from the mud or a creek. That's what it looks like, except that looks nothing like a creek, obviously, because it's an engine. That's what it's like. Or it kind of looks like a periscope popping out of the water. That's what it looks like. And the back looks nice, like the back of a Formula 1 car, except the bigger wing. Oh, we got it on the wrong side. This is a two-seater car, so unfortunately it's not a single-seater, which is a bit weird because the way the back looks, because the head part at the back, there's only one of those instead of two of those. And it just looks like a single-seater. It doesn't look like there's a lot of room for a double-seater. And yeah, the steering wheel looks nice as always, but I like the buttons on the side. But I've seen a better prototype race car interior with more settings, more buttons, like more feature, technological. Wow, that just sounds so mad. Really mad. Really mad, just like a Le Mans car. But this is nothing like a Le Mans. Well, I wouldn't say nothing like a Le Mans car, but nowhere near, not like a Le Mans car. Alright, so we're going to go on Rio de Janeiro, except a different track, because this is a much faster car. And not as unique. No, not as unique and not as weird. But still probably not as good. But you're going to think I'm crazy there, but I'm not. Whoa, already on the third gear, I'm already at 100 miles an hour. Yeah, like I said, all prototype race cars like this have insane grip when going really fast. And brakes really well. Don't even need to brake on corners like this, because this is how fast it is and how much grip it has. So it just drives like a Le Mans car, but it doesn't look like one. Sounds a little different, but sounds just as good. Mad acceleration, mad speed, and mad sound. Oh. Gee, I don't really... kidding me? I don't expect that sort of side sweep in a Le Mans car. As Le Mans car feels a little more grippier. I can't even get back on. So we're going, you need to sort of go faster for it to be steady, for it to train it. So you need to go faster train it to make it go steady. The faster you go, the better, I guess, because I think the worst part is when you start it up, Oh, that was my fault. Yeah, that's the worst part. When you start up, because you just need to get used to it. You need to get used to it, kind of, you need to get used to driving it, even if it's your first time, because starting up gets a bit messy, but once you're going fast, you get the hang of it. So this is a really good car. I really like this car. Probably not as much as the Cadillac race. And it's not the best prototype race car, so I'm actually going to give this car 7 out of 10 because it's not that I don't like it, I really do like it, but just doesn't look as good as other prototype races I've seen, and doesn't have as much grip as other prototype races I've ever seen. I've seen ones with more grip, but still the acceleration and speed and sound is mad on this, and I expected a little more power on this car. Next in the pack, the 1967 Honda RA300. So this car comes from the same race category as the 1967 Brabham and the Eagle Westlake, and this in the 60s was probably the greatest type of race car in the world. I really love these sort of race cars. I love the way they look on the front, that cute sort of snout on the front, and how the way the engine is, the noticeable engine at the back with all the pistons and exhaust. I love these race cars. I love them. And they had to add a third one, which is pretty good. Okay, so the speed is 7.4, so these cars that's really fast for 1967. That's really fast for a race car, 1967. Like, I've seen a modern race car that isn't as fast as this. Well, that race car is just, of course, a race car that comes from a normal car. So we got a speed, handling, of 5.9, acceleration 9.2, so really good acceleration, like on most race cars like this, and handling of 5.6, so that it doesn't really have the best braking 5.6, what am I saying? The handling and braking aren't really that good, but that's alright. It was a while ago. They probably still haven't got the hang of adding good handling and braking yet, but it still has really good speed and acceleration, which is important. So we got 420 horsepower, so that's a lot of horsepower still also, even for a race car, well, probably not the biggest amount of horsepower on a race car in today's standards, but it's about just over 100 horsepower less than the car we just tested, and that looks like it deserves even much more power than this, even though it's a modern car. We got 221 pound-foot of torque, so again we got a lot less torque than power, about 220 less torque than power, and we got 1,300 pounds, so this is really light, So the torque is actually half the amount of power. So this car, really nice. The snout, red stripe, number 14 badge. The red goes around the snout grille. Tires, just like old Grand Prix tires, and the engine, this just looks so great. I love this engine. Love the way the pistons look and the exhaust. I love how you can see the engine on this. I really do. I really love it. Alright, so stepping in, so we got a nice little step in, nice amount of space for a race car. Nice looking gauges, simple looking steering wheel, pretty good for 1960s. Nice looking rear view mirrors. Start it up. Okay, so to me, I thought the Brabham and the Eagle Westlake sounded a little different. Like, the Eagle Westlake sounded a little bit, the sound was a little bit more monstrous, but I think this sounds more like the Brabham. Yeah, the Brabham. Oh, the sounds are all good. I like the sounds the same. It's just that they're different sounds. The Eagle Westlake sound slightly more monstrous, but I like this sound. So we're gonna go on Brand's hat. So yeah, looking around this car, it looks nice. I like how most of the car like has just got that white body over it, and then the other part of it just has the engine part. I like that. And the number 14 there, the tires. I really like these sort of race cars. I really do. But I've never watched them, but I just really like the way they look. Oh, couldn't we go back to the good old days? This launch is really great. this has great launch. When we're going on a turn, you're supposed to brake a little bit on, which I did do. And yes, we have got quite a bit of grip for a car where the handling's not as good. A race car, the handling wasn't the best, wasn't the best, and a car that's 1960s. So lots of grip for that. So congratulations. I love this car. So let's go into the interior. Actually, no, this sounds more like the Eagle Westlake, I gotta say, because when you like in the Bradham, the interior of the Bradham, you get that sort of V8 whining noise. But in this you don't. But in this, when you go into the interior of the Bradham and you get to like 450 gear, you hear a bit of that V8 whininess. We're gonna do another lap. But in this, just like the Eagle Westlake, you don't. So I think this sounds more like the Eagle Westlake. No, we won't do another lap. So what am I gonna do this car? Well, it drives and looks just like and just as good as a Bradham and Eagle Westlake. So this would be 7 out of 10. Same mark as the Kappa Rho. I love these race cars. I really love them. Alright, so now we're gonna go back and we're gonna move on to the next car. So the next car in the pack is a concept sports car saloon, the 2015 Infiniti Q60 concept. So yes, this is actually the replacement of the Q50, and I've never been a huge fan of Infiniti. Yeah, it's a replacement for this. I just love this car. It just looks so good. Really good in red, really fast. Everything. I love this car. And I was never a huge fan of Infiniti, but when I got into the Q50, I fell in love with it, literally. I love the look of the interior and exterior, and I love the way it drove, love the way it sounded, and I love the look of the engine. I like the engine bay, so I want to see if this is any good. If this is because the Q50 is probably the only Infiniti I'm fond of, and I'm actually really fond of it. Will this be the second Infiniti I become fond of? Because I wasn't a real fan of the Infiniti Q30. The Q40 was okay, but I said this is the only Infiniti I've ever been fond of. So yeah, let's see if the Q60 I'm also fond of. But of course, as you can see, the Q60 is not as fast, because this is slightly upgraded. But yeah, we got a speed of 7.0, so it's not as fast, but still not bad. We got a handling of 4.9, so not bad. Acceleration 7.9, so that's pretty good acceleration, but I don't think it's still not as good as the Q50. And a braking of 4.8, so always the braking's always got to be the same as the handling. So yeah, the stats aren't as high as the stats on this car, unfortunately, but that's okay. And the Q50 is, which is quite weird, because the two-door cars are supposed to be, most two-door cars are supposed to be like slightly more powerful and faster to me, but I guess I've learned that's not always the case. But remember that Q50 is not any ordinary Q50, it's the E-Roog, or the E-Roog, however you pronounce it. This is just the normal Q60, and I think the normal Q50 has similar stats to this one, so it's not too much different. So that's the E-Roog, and if they made a E-Roog model or something like that to this when it comes out, may have similar stats to the Q50. So we got 400 horsepower, so 200 horsepower less than the E-Roog, but I got that slightly upgrade. 400 pounds for torque, so I have never seen a car in Forza where the power and torque are exactly the same. That's just so cool, but still the torque isn't as much as the power. And we've got 3,650 pounds, so it's quite heavy, lighter than the E-Roog, or is it? Because I got an upgrade. So this car just looks so smacksy, so flashy. I love the look of those headlights. Front of this car looks just as nice and just as flashy and just as sexy as the Q50, except not in red, in silver. I guess it looks good in silver. So got nice looking rearview mirrors. Like the shape of them. I like how they're sort of a bit wavy, like a leaf being blown, silver leaf, door handle, all this, just the design, the silver design makes this look makes the car look very valuable. Well, that's because this is actually the concept, because it hasn't fully come out yet. Just like the new Ford GT, you can't drive that on the road yet. You soon will, okay. So you just get the Infiniti logo, then the Infiniti badge below it. It's a bit like, I don't know, I've just never been a huge fan of that, because you don't get any Q60 badge, unfortunately. I'm not a huge fan of cars. Well, I guess it looks alright, but just not so sure about the Infiniti logo and the Infiniti badge being right underneath it. But still looks good. I really like this car. So stepping into the interior, so as you can see, we got white cloth on the seats and on the doors. And the rest of this interior just looks really futuristic. Love this interior. Love it. You get aluminium all over and gear stick, center console, and the steering wheel. Like on the Tesla Model S, they had quite a bit of aluminium, but this has slightly less still. And the Tesla Model S had quite a lot of aluminium on the exterior. Well, I guess it's supposed to have that because it's electric, but this is a concept model. But I like this interior, and the gauges look nice too. They look like German style gauges and American style gauges, like on a BMW sort of. The interior I like the interior of the Uru because it looked so luxurious, just like this one, and it had the red cloth. Okay, so let's start up. So a pretty decent sound, not the best sound. Kind of sounds a bit like a BMW M vehicle, like the M2 or the M4, but I still like the sound, so let's pick the track. It's the last car we're going to do on the first part, then on the second part we're going to do the 4 remaining cars. Might be uploaded either tomorrow or the next day, and I'm sorry it's being uploaded like a week after it came out. It's just, like I said at the start, been a bit delayed. So we're going to go to Long Beach because this car really kind of suits a city track and an American track. Not only because this is an American car, well, it doesn't really look American, it kind of looks European, so it would kind of more suit maybe a European city track, but just pick Long Beach as I like it. Same track I used for the Fast and Furious car pack review. And I could have picked Prague, but still, like I said, this drives really well. Sounds really good. Well, like I said, the sound. Whoa. We don't have the biggest mount grip. Oh wait, whoa. Sorry, the screen just went black a little bit. I don't know what happened. Anyway, getting pretty fast there. Pretty good shifting, I would say. Oh, we held that really good. This is pretty grippy. We do pretty good drifts in this thing. Whoa, I love this thing. I need to get this in drift mode. Alright, so let's just, what we did in the Fast and Furious cars is quickly test the braking. Even though I haven't done the others when we get to 100. Okay. So yeah, alright. Usually in most cars the braking's a bit low, but it's not as bad as you think it was. So that pretty much wraps up the video, and wraps up the first part of this series. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the second part. And leave some of your suggestions in the comments for what I should do in my upcoming videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.